But guys, let's get into Daredevil Born Again episode 8 discussion here. There's a lot to the plot. We're going to get into the plot. Do you guys want me to break it down real quick? Just really quick, spoiler warning. You've been warned.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Matt's struggling, with his relationship. There's different things. Kingpin kind of finds out where Matt lives, also that they're dating, also that she might be staying at Matt's place. Kind of creepy. Also, Bullseye in prison wants Matt to come talk to him, and Matt gets really angry, smashes his head in. I was like, whoa, crazy.
Then blames it on him. Yeah.
Then blames it on him. And then you get kind of this ball scene with Kingpin dancing with Vanessa, Matt dancing with his girlfriend, and Bullseye escapes because he's using a tooth that broke while Matt smashed his face in. So it's kind of funny. It's like, hey, why does every good guy go visit the bad guy in prison and then they always escape right after? I mean, that's like every movie. Like if you think of like Venom 2, it's like every movie. But uses his tooth to kill the people, and then he gets out. He's pretty enhanced, obviously. And then he gets out. He's got a sniper. He's dressed as a cop. He gets into the ball. He's about to shoot Kingpin, but he shoots Matt right as Matt figures out that Vanessa is the one who plotted to kill Foggy. And he's pissed. But Matt took the bullet for Kingpin. He's on the ground. He's bleeding. And that's where we're left off. So, guys.
I couldn't believe that. Yeah.
That was insane. So.
Bullseye said to Matt in the prison, he said, that's what a good person does, right? He defends his enemies.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying that to try and get, Matt to defend him, to get him out of General Pop, because, as a former FBI agent, half the guys in there want to shank him. But Matt really took that to heart. Now, there's probably a little bit, because if he was trying to kill Bullseye was trying to kill Kingpin. Kingpin was dancing with Heather, so there's a good chance Matt was like, "I'm going to get in front of this either way." That's
what I thought was going to happen. I thought Dex thought that was Vanessa, and he was going to try to kill Vanessa for some reason, and then end up killing his psychiatrist girlfriend. That was what I was really nervous about. So.
I thought that was going to happen as well. Yes, very interesting. They're just throwing us for a loop here. How'd you guys feel about Bullseye in this episode? Just like the conversation between Matt here in the prison, and Matt gets super mad, obviously, bashes his head in. Matt's kind of unhinged right now. Have we ever seen ridiculous. Matt like this mad?
He's letting his demon out.
Have you ever seen him this mad? I mean, he's pretty mad in season 3, right? When he's like about to kill Kingpin in his mansion, I guess, right?
That's crazy.
But
he's a little like scorched earth right now. Like he doesn't mind being violent as himself, which is just hilarious. Now he has a good cover. He's the son of a boxer. He grew up in a gym. People aren't surprised when he's a little violent.
He's blind.
But dude, take it easy,
Oh man, we got the swordsman here again. It's kind of a cool actor as well to see back in the MCU. But it's funny I like that they're using like named characters even for little tiny side points where it's just like, hey, Kingpin is blackmailing people. You know what I mean? But it's like, hey,
they were both on Hawkeye together too, so they're
both in Hawkeye, yeah. So I kind of like that continuity, But this dance scene. Am I missing anything in between? You see Punisher escape, obviously, with his tooth. Pretty wild.
Not Punisher, you meant
Bullseye. Yeah, Bullseye. Sorry.
Yeah, here, real quick.
Yeah, Wade.
Sam says Bullseye killing the prison guard with his tooth is from the comics.
Oh, dang. It also reminded me of the version from Ben Affleck's Daredevil. I think he kills like a lady with a peanut, right? In an airplane.
Yeah, he's talking too much. He's like freaking out, and so
he flicks a peanut down her throat, and she chokes to death.
Wow.
Yeah.
She dies.
So that reminded me of that. But also this dance scene was wild, where Matt can hear Kingpin talking, and Kingpin knows he can hear him, and Kingpin's just talking to him while they're in 2 different locations. I thought that was very funny. It's very self-aware. Like Kingpin just kind of knows his skill set a little bit. So how'd you guys feel about this dance scene as well, as a whole? Just like
that was cool. There was a really earlier in the scene too. There was a really cool one shot that lasted for about 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. It was nothing flashy. It was just going conversation to
Oh,
conversation to
yeah.
conversation.
Yes.
It started with what's the guy's name? The guy who's simping for
Yeah.
Fisk.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Oh
and
yeah.
and he's talking
Daniel or
he's talking
something.
to the vice mayor, and then it follows him as he starts talking to BB Urich, and then it goes away and it starts on Heather talking to Matt, and then it gets to Vanessa, and it was cool because the camera just came out and then came back in. It was really it was a really cool
Yeah,
thing
and
for me
Vanessa
to
was
feel.
like, "I have something to tell you," and Kingpin's like, "Not here. Do not tell me here," because he can
Kingpin,
hear everything.
Yeah, dude, that
exactly
was very stressful.
and
yeah,
and Kingpin whispering to Matt, like you were saying, just being like, "So, hello."
Yeah.
You know, it's just he knows he's listening.
Crazy. Oh man.
there was
yeah.
one cool line while Matt was frustrated after talking to Bullseye, because of the justice system and stuff. He's like, "We're not." He says this to his partner. He's like, "We're not defending justice. We're babysitting chaos." And I was like, "Ooh, that was really interesting," because that's how it feels like
that cook
for him. So.
Yeah, because he's fed up with the system, I guess. He's tried every avenue of using the law.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
what
not
they're
working.
trying to
He's
imply.
like, and
yeah.
this random guy is in jail for 6 months for eating caramel corn. But Kingpin's out. You know what I mean? Like out and about doing his thing. I don't know. And then that crazy end reveal. Bullseye shooting Matt, but Matt taking the bullet for Kingpin there a little bit. I think that's kind of leading up to them, like they kind of have to like settle their beef a little bit. Like Kingpin is like, man, I kind of owe you my life. I don't know. I don't know what that leads to. What is this going to lead to?
Yeah, I feel like for the first time in a while, I'm pretty in the dark. I really don't know where they're going to go. It's pretty cool.
John, you've been quiet. I know you didn't like the last few episodes. So give us your thoughts, John. What did you think?
There he is.
No, John, give us your real take.
No, I don't. I'm waiting till the very end. I'm like until the season's over with to give my full opinion. I mean, there are things that I think are pretty good, and things I'm like, okay. I mean, that's all right, but it's not like season 1 or season 2.
Well, yeah,
Daredevil.
for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's at that level, John.
I mean, yeah.
I think we just kind of have to take this show like that. Hey, it's a win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I do. I'm like, it's not the same. You can't compare it, but it's just it's hard when you you have something so good and you're like something new comes out and it's like has the same name attached to it and you're like it's hard not to compare it.
I think it could have been way worse though. I'm so glad Kevin Feige was
could have
like,
been worse. It could have been.
Way. We're
I'm
not
glad. Yeah.
releasing this.
It could have been a lot worse.
So, I think it is a little surface level. Like it's it's not as intricate. I'm watching the first season of Daredevil right now, and I'm like, dang, like every episode they're interweaving like the different crime waves, like the Irish, the Russians. It's like, what the heck? Like, whoever wrote the original Daredevil is very smart.
I forgot about the Russians.
Yeah, well, we talked about this before. They obviously have a lot less time to fully develop a lot of stuff.
Yes.
I don't know if that was just budget or whatever.
9 episodes.
Yeah,
and
also they're each
are
an hour each in the last show. So
somehow they interwove the plot, with the old show. They definitely kept a lot of the bones of the show, is what it feels like.
Yeah,
because Foggy's not in the show, Karen's barely in it too. You can kind of tell where they added and where they changed, and what they kept too.
Right.
But I've enjoyed it for what it is. I think it's next to Loki and WandaVision, honestly, like in quality. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
How do you guys feel so far with going into the finale? Do you have hope, John, at all? Maybe it can win you over, John.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like it's horrible, but I don't know. I think I enjoyed Moon Knight more.
Moon Knight is pretty
honestly.
fun.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
I think I enjoyed that more.
Can't hate Moon Knight.
Yeah. Although
Moon
the
Knight's
ending wasn't,
nobody likes. Everybody
okay.
like the last episode of Moon Knight was like big CGI fest, and everybody like forgot the rest of the show was so good. You know what I mean? It's so annoying.
Yeah, the rest I really enjoyed the rest. Like the last episode wasn't the greatest to me, but like all the other episodes I really enjoyed. I thought it was
Jake, going into the finale next week. How you feeling? What do you think's gonna happen?
What do I think's gonna happen? I don't know. They everything I thought would happen happened. Not in the last episode, but the last episode.
I do want to see Matt suit up. You know what I mean? He's only suited up like twice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of him not in the suit. I'm sure we're gonna.
I need some really good fight scenes. You know what I mean? And hopefully with season 2, I don't know if you guys saw the leaked images for season 2. I won't even talk about it, but
yeah,
no, I won't even talk about it because it's so cool.
You always leaked it.
I won't even talk about it. It's so cool.